Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Benevento. Now we start Season 3 in charge of Benevento. We've got a whole load of transfers to talk about that has happened over the summer. And yeah, let's jump straight into it. So I think we ended up with a transfer budget of around 6.5 million after everything went through at the end of the summer. End of the season rather. And yeah, as you can see, we only made 2 sales. Nelson Montier went to Empoli for £2.4 million. And Jean-Claude Bellong, who never really featured in the first team, to be honest with you, he was sold to Vitorel for £575,000. Now, in terms of the incomings, let's quickly run through some of these. So, Lamana is going to be our backup goalkeeper for the season. He is Italian, 30 years of age, and to be honest with you, he's not too far off the first team spot, so it'll be an interesting battle between him and our keeper from last season. Tomas Hanas from the Czech Republic, he joined, he's a central defender, and I've actually promoted him to the first team squad right off the bat, just as a backup player, but I will try and get him as much a first time game as possible. We did only sign him for £140,000. Eric Koronik came in for £325,000, another centre-half, again from the Czech Republic. He hasn't got the potential that Hanas has got, so he's in the under-20s right now. But you never know. He's got some good stats in some key areas, so hopefully he will improve and make us a tidy profit. Martin Kovarik also came in from the Czech Republic. How much was he? He was £375,000. Again, a decent fullback, decent left back. He's well-rounded physically. He's got some okay mentals and some okay technicals. So we'll see how he improves in the coming years. Jacob Kozel came in for £400,000. Again from the Czech Republic, defensive midfielder. I think he looks quite talented. I think he can be coming into the first team at some point. Filip Jacko from Slavan Bratislava came in for £500,000. He is a striker. Really well-rounded physically, some decent technicals in the right areas, advanced forwards his preferred role, so hopefully he'll make it into the first team squad. Ibrahim Fatih, he joined us for £575,000 from Zamalek. He's another Egyptian striker and he is just fantastic for an 18-year-old. He will be playing the target man role alongside our other Egyptian. So yeah, hopefully get a good season out of him. He's straight in the first team squad, no messing about with that guy. Next up was Vejvoda from Teplice for £600,000. Another striker, some decent stats, another Czech Republic in the under-20 squad. Ladislav Hanos is a central midfielder from the Czech Republic. He's in the under-20 squad as well. £750,000 from Teplice. Karel Linhart, he is a right midfielder. We signed him for £775,000. He's decent, he's okay. Hopefully he'll improve and get into the first team squad. And now we'll get to the first team players apart from Fatih. We go to Diogo Vadasca, who we've got some intimate knowledge with because we signed him at Sunderland. £850,000. He is going to be a backup central defender, but in terms of actually sticking him in the first team squad, I would have no qualms. I don't believe the 2.5-star current ability shtick. I think he's better than that, but he is only a backup, so he's come in for a cheap sum. We didn't have a lot of money to spend in this window, so we just had to make do with what we will get. David Carmona is I think he'll be our starting right back for the majority of the season. You know, we've got Letizia, our Italian right back. He's getting into the later 20s. So him and David Carmona will be fighting for that right back slot. I think £850,000 was just an absolute no-brainer. He was transfer listed. He wasn't getting the game time at Sevilla, so he's come here, £950,000. And I think he's going to be a good signing. Next up was Kevin Endoram from AS Monaco for £1.6 million. He's actually going to be a backup defensive midfielder / central midfielder / centre half. He can cover all them positions should he be needed. And again, another well-rounded player. Not too many signings for what you would consider first 11, but you know, we just didn't have the money basically. Emmanuel Vignato, of course, we signed from Chievo for £4 million. A really talented young Italian right midfielder. I'll be giving him as much game time as I possibly can. He's not better than Gyro right now, but at the end of the season, I expect him to have made that first team spot his own. And finally, we brought in Aaron from Espanyol, our biggest sign of the season, £4.3 million. We really, really needed a good left back, so that's why I had to go out and spend the money on this guy. He's a decently well-rounded Spanish left back. He's only 22 years old. He's got room to grow. He's okay. Now, in terms of starting lineups going into the season, I haven't quite decided what my main lineup is, so let's decide now. Vid Belic and Lamana will be battling it out for the first team goalkeeper spot, but I'm going to start with Belic. He did okay for us last season, so we're going to go with that. Letizia or Carmona. Carmona's got the room to grow, and I think, in terms of even just thinking with my financial head on, getting him game time, getting him improving, and getting him to a place where we can make money on him is more beneficial than sticking with Letizia. In terms of centre-backs, it will be our usual two of Felix Udokai and Luca Antia. No changes there. Aaron will become our first choice left-back. We do have Jose Gomez and Gianluca Di Chiara as backup left-backs, so we're well covered now in the left-back spot. In terms of defensive midfield, Kevin Enderam is rated as the highest by my assistant, but I will be going with Scresiu. Again, he's got room to grow. He's a young lad. He needs the game time more than Enderam, but Enderam will get plenty of game time anyway, just because of the number of positions he can play. In terms of right midfielder, we will be going with Gyro. Of course, Vignato is not entirely comfortable directly at right midfield yet, so I will be getting him game time there to get him used to that role and eventually taking over from Gyro. In terms of centre midfield, it will be Alberto Grassi as it was last season, and Francisco Trincao on the left. Up front, we're going to be starting with Ibrahim Fathi and Sheriff Ahmed, our two Egyptian wonder kids to me. Particularly Sheriff Ahmed. We'll just take a quick look at his stats again. He is described as a wonder kid. 21 caps for Egypt now, 17 goals. He did fantastic for us last season. 26 goals in 34 games in the league. Which is just really, really good. Now, in terms of our pre-season, how things have went, the friendlies, again, assistant manager arranged all of them, but we have played one game in the Italian Cup Super Cup final. I was going to bring you this as the live com, but I didn't have my transfer business finished and finalised, and I'd rather bring you the episode where I've got everything in place. I know exactly what my team's going to be. I know exactly how my squad is shaping up, and I know how much money I've got left. So yeah, it will be Udinese today. This season, I'm going to be producing a lot more videos than you would usually expect from a season from me. It's our first season in the Champions League, so I would like to maybe hit every Champions League group stage game. Maybe next episode do our first two, next episode the next two, and then the third episode the final two. And we'll see how that goes anyway. In terms of our group, I've just completely forgot to do the draw and I continued without doing it. So this is the group we've been handed. We've got Barcelona, Liverpool and Dynamo Kiev. So the aim for this group is to beat Dynamo Kiev and get into the Europa League knockout stages. We haven't got a cat and hell's chance of qualifying from this group with Liverpool and Barcelona. It's just not going to happen. So we're here. It is match day against Udinese in the first game of Serie A. We've already went through our starting 11. Everybody is fit and ready. Alberto Grassi might need to come off at some point in the second half, but we'll plough ahead and let's hope for a good first result against Udinese. Now, last season, if I remember correctly, Udinese did cause us some problems. You know, they've got Kevin Lasagna up front, he's a really well-rounded, complete forward on this game. So hopefully we can give them a good game today. Opening highlight of the game, and Udinese have stolen the ball quite deep in their own half, but they set away Lasagna. Our defence is too high up and he takes the strike and he misses. Another highlight now, Udinese high up the pitch again, the ball's played into Lasagna, back out to... Oh my dears. We're not really getting into this game so much, so I'm going to take us off attacking and go down to standard, see if we can keep the ball a bit more. Another highlight now, another Udinese attack. Lasagna drives the defence back to Fofana, takes the long strike. I don't know if Belic made a meal of that. I've got a feeling he did, but it's going to be a corner to Udinese anyway. Can we get it clear? We can, and that is probably going to be end of highlight. Unless Trincao can come away with it. Trincao now. Is anyone coming in the box? Oh my days, what was that? Another highlight now, another Udinese attack. Unless we can break. Fathi, can he find the ball to Ahmed? No, he cannot. He gets challenged by Barak, and now they are going to come forward. Kabutska comes in off this left hand side. He gets in the box, and Belic, another good save. He's keeping us in this at the minute. And that's it, half time in the opening game of the season, and we've just been absolutely crap, to be honest with you. We're not in this game whatsoever. They've had a good few opportunities, and if they were a bit more clinical, we would be well down by now. So with that in mind, I'm going to get off Gyro straight away for Vignato. There's no reason to keep Gyro on the pitch anymore. It used to be our main attack and threat going down that right hand side, but now with Vignato, there's just, if he's not having a good game, he's coming off. I'm going to make another change. We're going to change Fathy's role to target man, which I said I was going to do anyway, but it was left on advance forward for what's his face, Massimo Corda. I've spent a few days away from this save now, and I forgot everybody's names. Everyone else is performing okay right now, so unless there's a forced substitution, just like Alberto Grassi getting injured right there, we'll take him off and we'll get Kevin Enderam on. This second half's kind of got away from us a little bit. Although, to be honest, if it finishes like this, I'll be quite pleased, to be honest, because after that first half, they really did turn the screw. But it looks like we've got back into the game in the second half. Can we even pinch a winner here? Or is it Udinese going to pinch the winner? Falls to Ante, back to Kevin Enderam. Pedrosa tries to find Fathy over the top. He's not the pacey striker. Trincao to Enderam, back to Fathy. Can he take a strike? He can, but it's gone well wide. 10 seconds remain in the match, and that is probably going to be all she wrote. We'll take a 0-0 draw away from home and Udinese. Yes, we'll definitely will take a 0-0 draw. 1 point now, we're opening game. Udinese are a decent side. We did not perform very well, so to come away with a point is decent enough. So looking forward to the next episode. It will be the Barcelona game in the Champions League. And I think I'm going to change how I'm doing things. So Barcelona will be the next episode. Dynamo Kiev will be the episode after that. And then the episode after that will be the final group game against Liverpool. I think that's the best way to do it. Therefore, we'll get a taste of the delights of playing everybody in the group. Even though I'd rather not bring you the Barcelona or Liverpool games, if I'm honest. So it was a busy summer transfer window for us this season. I don't think I've really improved the first 11 hugely. You know, little improvements at left back. Maybe Fathy is better than Corda. Time will tell. But it was all about using the money that we had as best we can and trying to build the squad up in terms of our quality in depth. That was really what this season's been about, because we didn't have the money to strengthen our first 11 too much. If you have enjoyed today's video, please consider leaving a like, and if you're enjoying this content, get yourself subscribed. But until next time, take it easy.